Peace and greetings. Peace and greetings. Goddess Queen Jamila here. I hope you have been just enjoying life right now. I hope that whatever is happening in your life is enjoyable, that you are really in a place where life is treating you well. All right. So we're jumping into some of our raw chats. Today we're talking about this phenomenon that has existed in this new millennia of Black people, whereby you are claiming generational trauma. You're basically welcoming the energy of generational trauma in your life. Now, I know somewhere along the course of our existence, we became kind of infatuated with being our ancestors' wildest dreams. There's t-shirts about it. There are hashtags, like there are just certain things that have promoted this idea that you are the ones that your ancestors have prayed for. You are the ones here to break the generational chains, chosen one, right? And I want to talk to you about how that's a trap. It's a trap. Let's talk about it. It's a trap. Um, it's a trap simply because that means that you are aligning and identifying, creating your identity in your spiritual journey around taking on additional burden, additional struggle. Like you're welcoming into yourself into this trauma-based spiritual practice. And that's not healthy and that's not necessary. It's just not necessary. It says, I don't want that for you. I don't like it for you. I don't like that for us. Let's talk about what you need to know is that as a Black woman, as a melanated woman, Black woman, as the mother of the whole entire universe, there are certain things that are just innate within you. It is innate within you to create. You are a natural creator. You are a natural expression of God's beauty. You are a natural alchemist. That means that your words have power. Your meals can change lives. There's all sorts of nurturing aspects that you can bring to the equation as a Black woman. You also have strengths. You also have attributes that everybody else doesn't have. And one of the things that we as melanated people overall have is this very potent linkage with the divinity, with the divine, with the most high, with the oneness that is called God, with the oneness that is called Yahweh, like Yahlah, like Allah. We have this linkage and this direct connection with divinity. It's the reason why we have had a sense of atonement more than other people, why people have used spirituality to manipulate us, why we have had an inclination to forgive enemies, to forgive those who have done wickedness to us. We consistently regenerate and consistently come up with new layers, and in every layer we're better than the last layer, but in every layer there is this element of forgiveness and sacrifice and etc. And I just have to call a thing what it is. This obsession that you have with taking on your ancestral load, that's what that is. That's exactly what that is. And I want to put it to you in the frame of a makeup story. You were born, right? And let's say you imagine that birth. Imagine that birth from a spiritual perspective. So imagine that you are a newborn baby, right? And you come out and you're this newborn, you have that pointy head, that cone head, you're all like, with your hands up at the side of your face or whatever, like your color's still developing, and you newborn, you just got here, you just got to the earth. Okay, give thanks and praise. Welcome, right? And that's a time for you to be celebrated. That's your birthday, the first day that you got here. Like, wow, look, this little baby, great. Okay, now imagine that people are bringing you gifts, right? Because remember, Jesus was born, they brought him frankincense and myrrh, right? They brought Jesus frankincense and myrrh to honor his birth. That was his birthday. Here go to frankincense and myrrh. With you, instead of bringing you frankincense and myrrh, what do they bring you? They bring you a blanket full of BS. You got the blanket of BS. You got the blanket of your grandma's BS. You got the bag of your mom's disappointments. You got your auntie's jealousy and hatred. You got the bucket of inferiority and economic poverty from your great grandma. And then the relative that your mom and them ain't even seen for a while, went all the way back into this ancestral realm and pulled up great great grandma stuff, great 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 grandma stuff. You pulled up stuff that for people who we ain't even seen y'all ain't even around. And you went back to go and get all of that's what they brought in for you when you was born. That's what they gave you. So they couldn't give you no land. They couldn't give you no assets, no estates, no diamonds, no gold, no positive wealth, no prayers. They couldn't give you any prayers. But you want to claim trauma. You want to claim wounds. You want to claim hurts. Listen, I'm not even going to hold you. I know it's trendy. I know everybody's doing it. Fine. I just want to acknowledge that there is a distinction between recognizing that you are doing things and exhibiting behaviors that you've seen in other people in your lineage, recognizing that there is generational trauma that exists in your family in this capacity and saying, you know what, that ends with me. There's nothing wrong with that. There is something wrong with you wanting to be or claiming to be the sacrificial lamb on behalf of your whole entire lineage. And that's what I'm bringing your attention to. You got to stop doing that. That's what you have to stop doing, because what it does is it holds you back. It does not bring you anywhere. It actually brings you more trauma. It actually opens up portals for other ancestors to say, oh, well, you did it for so-and-so, you can do it for me. You did it for that person, you could do, me too, mine too. What? I'm not here doing all that. That's not what I'm here to do. That's not what I'm here to do. One of the things I want to point out to you in a very direct ancestral way, one of the things I want to point out to you is the concept of us being conditioned to sacrifice, really conditioned to struggle and to sacrifice, to be in a place where we're not comfortable, we're not at ease. Okay. And I want to point it out like this. Right now I am in St. Lucia. I'm with a sister friend of mine. And I was talking to her in the morning. We were going to go to the waterfall and to the sacred pools where they do the mud massage and stuff like that. And then we were going to the beach. And so in regards to the beach, I was like, one thing I'll say about being at the beach is that Maya gonna always take some shoes. Okay, whenever I go to the beach, somebody's shoes always get took at the beach. Somebody's shoes at that ocean, somebody's shoes is getting took. And that is characteristic of Maya. You're gonna come out here to this ocean, fine. Give thanks and praise. Where's your offering? Where's your offering? So it just so happened that before we even got to the beach, we went to that sacred pool to do our mud bath. And my friend could not find her shoes afterwards. To which I said, wow, again, it's the taking of the shoes for me. And it's so funny the way that we described it. Let me just point this out to you, because this is mindset stuff, y'all. This is mindset stuff. On one hand, I said, yeah, that was your sacrifice. You made a sacrifice to this particular energy, to the land in this way. At the same time I was saying sacrifice, she said investment. Investment. I made an investment. And I was like, what the hell is that? Because The language that we use is so important. The language reiterates the conditioning. The language reiterates the limitations. The language reiterates the cycles that keep you in that. The language is literally just the proof of whatever the belief system, whatever the thoughts are saying. Whatever is in here, it's coming out here. So it's really important not to just be aware of it, but to use different language. Stop walking around telling people that you're the one who your ancestors chose to carry out the trauma and break. Oh gosh, please, please. And recognize that there are other ways to handle that type of situation. You could really have a conversation with your ancestors and tell them, listen, I'm not going to do all that. Y'all gonna have to work that out. You can definitely, tap on me if you need me, but that's on y'all. You created the problem. You're gonna have to work on that spiritual plane to actually get rid of it. So with that being said, Goddess Queen Jamila here. Please feel free to leave a comment, like, share as it resonates, and join us in conversation in the WhatsApp group. And I don't know if you know this, but the video, Wake Up Girl, it's out. It is out. Listen to that video, see if it resonates. It's talking about all the things that you were conditioned to believe, we were conditioned to believe as Black women, about the decoding that has to take place in order for us to have a new set of thoughts and really create a new life. That's what we all want. We don't want to be in the same old, same old. So definitely check out Wake Up Girl. Definitely join us in conversation in the WhatsApp group. And we also have something coming out really soon. If you're watching this late and it's already out, then the link will be in the description or somewhere, wherever I'm pointing down, because usually the description is under the video. All right. I love you. I hope you're doing wonderful. I hope you're enjoying life. That's the word of the day, enjoyment. All right. Peace, peace.